we've had Apple Vision Pro, we've had Sora now come out just in the last couple months. Um, oh, and also the Neuralink thing, because that was the other one I kind of wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
okay.
I've said this before.
Medical trials
Yeah,
on the
medical
Neuralink.
trials. Um, and I don't want to talk about the specifics of that right now. I mentioned this
Sure.
before because I don't think we know specifics. I don't think they've really released too many specifics about it. There's some vague stuff we know about the Neuralink chip and the general idea, but there's not that many specifics out there. Um, my hot take is, I mean, I don't actually know if this is a hot take. Um, if brain chips, cyberpunk style brain implant chips like the Neuralink chip were were marketed like they were a commercial product that you could actually go out and buy
And viable and
and
useful,
viable and
right?
useful and
Okay.
whatever, right?
So something people actually wanted.
Yeah, yep,
Okay. Okay.
exactly.
I'm with you.
Um and there was few major companies that were doing it. Uh my take is that at this point, whether you like this company or not, I think that Apple is one of the only companies that people would actually trust to put something in their brain. Because I know I'm not super excited about a Neuralink chip. That seems a little sketchy to me. If Meta was to develop it, I would already be
I'd
100%
be more concerned that they're talking about mind control and
exactly. Yeah,
takeover.
I would be 100% positive that my thoughts are. It's not even
Are
just
now public
yeah,
domain.
public domain. Well, not even public domain. There's Zuck domain. Like
Zuck domain.
yes, like people always joke.
In the Zuckdom.
People always joke about how when you say something that your phone starts advertising it to you.
Yeah.
Well, no longer. If you've got the Meta
If
implant
you
chip,
think it,
you just have to think about it and it's
and
gonna
you'll start
start getting
seeing
recommended to you.
pop-ups.
Yeah. And then like I don't know, Microsoft made one as well. Let's say.
But theirs wouldn't work.
Yeah. I mean, it would be
Or
like
it would require updates every Tuesday.
yeah, or it would break every other Tuesday with the updates. Like
Right.
Microsoft, I've been working on this problem at work. Microsoft can't even get a spell check in Teams working. The whole
That
thing's
is
broken.
true.
You've got to clear the cache and reset and repair the entire thing every 2 days to get spell
To
check
get
working
spell
in
check to
Teams.
work. It's
Like,
worse on Teams on a Mac, by the way.
is it?
It's still much worse.
Oh my gosh.
Like that hasn't been a thing for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Either way,
My spelling's getting better though.
the hidden benefit of spell check not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I actually now remember how to spell words.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, the long story short is that if you were to go with any of those other companies, I think you would be pretty much sure that there would be some
Problem.
yeah, problem, but I would say more like deal breaking issue,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And with Apple, I think that there would be a lot of people that would be like, it's too expensive. It's not repairable or whatever. You have to go to Apple to get them to fix your Neuralink brain chip. And I think that people would prefer that when it comes to something being stuck in your brain. I think that people would prefer the walled garden that Apple has created
Yeah.
and the control that they have over their hardware and software. You would be much more confident that you're not going to have uh, some terrible experience. I'm thinking of
So
a meme that I don't know if I can say on.
if you don't know, you can say it. Don't say it. Here's what I think. Here's what I think about that. I think that Apple has been more consistent in releasing completed things. Some of the things they promised it could do right out of the gate have been lacking, but the product out the gate was a completed situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I think of like some of the video games that have been released recently where like we promised a whole bunch of stuff and then you didn't really get any of that, nor was the thing completed to play,
Mm-hmm.
right? And software comes out that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Patches come out that way too for software people use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Apple's been far more consistent in maybe they didn't deliver everything, but they delivered a completed product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even
Like
they
the experience of it was completed.
right.
Anyway,
No, I think you're right. Even they have had problems where like they've got to hot fix
sure,
something
yeah,
on releasing the new iOS version, and obviously that would be a concern, especially if the thing is like implanted in your brain.
yeah.
Like you do not want a bug
Right.
in your brain.
So that makes me want to learn more about what they're what are they attaching it to in your brain? What's the end function of the Neuralink?
So
Does
I
anyone actually know what the end function of Neuralink is?
I know what the general goal is. I don't know what it's currently capable of or what it's like currently doing, I guess. But the end function is basically a connection between, like a more seamless connection between you and technology, both for accessibility reasons, like people who are paraplegic or
Or
have
some sort of
yeah,
disability?
yeah,
Sure.
are missing an arm or a limb or whatever. Their prosthetics currently rely on some kind of your movement to,
Muscle.
like, yeah, you move your arm this way and it pulls on the
The
wire
wire and it
and it
opens
opens
the
the
thing.
hook and then you can close it, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. Um,
I mean, that's OG
I know that's
prosthetics,
OG, right? Right. But
like right subsequent, just the whatever hand,
yeah,
foot scenario,
yeah,
the claw function
hmm,
with the actual movement. But
yeah,
then they made it so that you can flex muscles and,
hmm,
make it do things.
yeah.
So the end goal is more that kind of process
Like
where it's more
it's
seamless.
like it feels like it's just part of your body,
Okay,
right?
okay.
That is one of the end goals. I know there's an accessibility one, but also imagine, like, currently a laptop looks like this because it has to. You
Right.
have to have a keyboard, you have to have a screen, you have to have a trackpad, you have to have a whatever, right? But imagine if a laptop was nothing but a port and battery with the stuff inside, right?
Okay.
You could plug into your laptop and there's no screen. You just see it. You don't need a mouse or a keyboard because you think the words and they appear and you move your mouse around the screen or whatever as you think about the object. It
But
clicks on it,
but
goes to it.
how far into that process are we? Like
That's
that's the real question.
That's the part I have no
Because
idea.
like that's different hooks into your brain, right? They have to like be able to manipulate that. And the real question is like, what if they manipulated the part that like makes you breathe?
Those are the
And then there's
questions,
and then
aren't
there's
they?
a bug in that particular part of the software, and then thousands of people patch it and then stop breathing.
Those are the
Like
questions,
that's
Brian.
like that's
what what
that's an
ha-
interesting.
what happens when they push out the patch that accidentally makes you depressive? Like what? And they've got a
Or
hot,
shit yourself.
yeah, and
I mean, what happens then?
they've got to hot fix your depression or your diarrhea. Like that's the like these are the questions, right?
I don't think we're here yet. I think if Neuralink becomes a thing in like 2 years, it's gonna hold.
No,
It's gonna hold.
we're holding for sure. But this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. Those are the questions. And if those are the questions that you're asking, Apple is the company that I think most people would be like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
we get that it doesn't do these 5 things, but at least these four
but at
things
least we
work.
haven't given anyone accidental depression from
Right.
from a patch that we
From a,
pushed out, right?
right. From a
That's
software
like
patch.
that's the thing. And so anyways, so I don't know. Obviously this is all super hypothetical and it's a
Sure.
very like way out there conversation, but these are the if Neuralink, that type of brain implant chip, becomes an actual commercial product in 20, 30 years or whatever, these are the conversations that people are going to be
Do
having
you think we're
about
that
it at the
far
time.
away from this? 20 to 30 years?
I mean, they've started
Do you know how much technology has changed in 20 or 30 years? I listen, I just had some reminiscent memories, like nostalgic memories,
Mhm.
because a friend of mine posted a thing about how difficult it was to create blue LEDs.
I know, I watched the video.
I
The
remember when
Veritasium
blue LEDs were a thing.
were invented, yeah, in the
Like
90s.
I remember like very like vividly.
Mhm.
I remember when the color blue in an LED became a reality, like
Yeah.
a real actual reality.
Mhm.
And it was 20 years worth of effort to make it a reality.
Mhm.
And then sort of accidental reality, right?
Mhm.
Uh and now we have little phones in our pockets because of that LED.
Yeah.
Like you realize that your iPhone would not be a thing if
Yeah.
that blue LED never became a thing.
Yeah. I watched it was the Veritasium video about it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy at the Japanese company, I forget what it was, but who made the first one.
Who then was completely disserviced by not being paid properly for his patent.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
whatever your company name is, you need to
Fix
like
that.
rectify that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, no, I well, so hold on. I have to clap back here just a little bit because I'm pretty sure it was just a couple months ago that we were talking about the Apple Vision Pro with Owen, and you said that you thought that the Apple Vision Pro was 15 years away. Do you actually
S-
think that the
I
Apple
think
Vision Pro is 15 years away from being useful, but we're less time than that on a brain implant?
I think we're 15 years away from it being mainstream enough
mm,
that it's like a laptop.
mm,
I think it's that, but I think an early adopter scenario
mm,
on most of this stuff is shorter timeline,
mm.
8 to 10.